Previously on the Hawthorne Horseplayers Invitational, presented by Xpressbet and Tito's Vodka, nearly 40 of the top handicappers from around the country gathered for a shot at over $30,000 in cash and prizes. They also wanted bragging rights to be the best of the best, and right out of the gate, several veteran players made big moves with $200 wagers on mandatory races. They quickly stalled out, though, allowing for up-and-coming contest players to make a run for the top. This included Justin Dew, who doubled his bankroll with an early play on an optional race, and hometown player Matt Ordzawali, who was one of only 2 contestants to cash tickets in each of the first 3 races. But with 3 more mandatory races, it may all come down to the wire when players must make a minimum $800 wager on the Xpressbet Florida Derby, one of the final major prep races for the Kentucky Derby on May 4th. The dramatic conclusion of the 2nd annual Horseplayers Invitational at Hawthorne Racecourse begins now.
Horse racing, it's America's original sport. Pageantry, speed, drama, and for those who play the game, the betting action is just as intense and just as competitive as the races themselves. Over 30 of the top handicappers in the country will go head-to-head in an invitation-only contest where anything and everything can happen. 7 races, over $30,000 in prizes, 1 winner. It's the 2nd annual Horseplayers Invitational at Hawthorne Racecourse. Let's take a look at our leaderboard to see how things are progressing. And now the horses are loading into the gate right here at Hawthorne for the 4th of 6 mandatory races in the Horseplayers Invitational.
Our next race is happening right here at Hawthorne. It is an optional claimer for non-winners of 2. 6 furlongs on the dirt, and your favorite Bold Friends at 5-2 has yet to win at Hawthorne. He's 0 for 3.
Staying with Frank Mustari, who's actually sitting with last year's Hawthorne Handicappers Invitational winner, Jim Bennis. Are you having fun sitting at the tables? Is there some friendly rivalry going on?
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, both Chicago guys.
Nice.
We talk fairly regular basis, play a lot of the same tracks,
That's very
Santa Anita,
cool.
so it's a lot of fun sitting with them.
Right now we got the Hawthorne race coming up. How are you playing it?
I like the 4 and 8. That's what I'm going to be keying off here, and some probably trifectas here with those 2 on top and a bunch of others underneath. So those will be the 2 I'll be keying off of.
Okay, sounds good. And have you played your optional?
I have, and I lost it earlier on, so I'm done with that. So I only got a few mandatories left to go.
So how are you going to play Hawthorne's race coming up here?
I'm thinking about that on my card. We're kind of split between going for a bomb with the 1 and then also looking at the 3 at 5-1. So we're kind of split between that. We haven't made a decision yet.
Well, it looks like a wide open race.
Yes, so we may go with the price just because we're a little bit behind.
This would be a spot to do that. You've already played your optional.
Are you telling me to play the 1? Because I will, and then I can blame you if it loses.
Hey, people have been coming and talking to me and then winning races, and then coming back and telling me I'm their good luck charm. So
All right,
I'm
I will
just
go with
saying,
it then. I
I'm
love
just
that.
saying.
I think he's the most likely winner. That's the 3 horse. I don't remember the horse's name, but stretching out from 5.5 furlongs going to 6. I thought his pace figures were kind of even in the last race. He finished kind of on what we call an up line, where his early figure and his late figure, the late one was faster. So he was going in the right direction. He's stretching out. I think he's going to be tactically forwardly placed, sitting right outside of the 1 horse. It's taking entirely too much money. So it's all it is for me is a 3 here, 200 to win.
From the outside, ZU Soon going for the lead between horses, city position. Up along the rail, here comes Kyle moving quickly for the lead. And on the mid-back stretch, here comes Kyle, takes the lead, draws away by 2. Brother Richie takes over 2nd, city position 3rd. Bold Friends now moves up 4th. Castlewood Terrace into 5th. ZU Soon came away well, but now drops back to 6th. And Yaroslavl is 7th as they move around the far turn. Here comes Kyle drawing away now 2.5, 3 lengths. In 2nd is Brother Richie, city position 3rd. The outside Bold Friends 4th. Castlewood Terrace trying to come on 5th. ZU Soon now advancing along the rail and drifting out on the turn there was Bold Friends. Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Here comes Kyle. Has the lead by 3.5, 4 lengths. Brother Richie still chasing 2nd. ZU Soon continues to advance along the rail. Then on the outside, Castlewood Terrace, city position needs racing room. Here comes Kyle, the leader. ZU Soon now coming on the outside. ZU Soon takes the lead in the shadow of the wire, and ZU Soon got up to win it.
Did you have the winner?
I did not have the winner. I've been swinging for the fences all day because my motto is it only takes 1.
That's right.
So I bet a $50 trifecta with the 2-3 over the 2-3-4-6 there.
I liked that 6.
I think it came in at 8-1, so none of those numbers were in the top 2, so obviously I didn't hit that. But I'm swinging for the fences again here at Gulfstream. Big trifectas, so
that's right. Well,
I'll either end up with 0 or you'll see my name up near the top.
Just past the midway point in the contest, and the optionals are a factor once again. Alexa Zepp hits big on a race over at Tampa Bay Downs to earn over $2,000, and Jim Bennis very quietly making a nice play. $20 trifecta wager earns him $2,500 to vault him into the lead as he looks to repeat his title. But mandatory race number 4 at Hawthorne, not a winning race for Bennis, but it is for a couple of other players as Chris Larmy and Justin Dew both cash $200 right on the nose for Dew once again as he moves back into the lead.
The action is heating up here at the Horseplayers Invitational presented by Xpressbet and Tito's Vodka at Hawthorne Racecourse. Stay tuned for more after this quick timeout.
At Xpressbet, we celebrate the champions who make horse racing great. That's why we provide more ways to bet from more places than ever. We've built an entire family of brands to support horse racing, to give players more of the rewards they deserve, give bettors the information they need to win, and provide a community for horse bettors. Because the best way to support the champions of horse racing is to champion horse racing. Xpressbet, we are racing.
First few races were a little rough. I had a 20-1 that ran 4th, went wide on the turn, and I just tried not to get down, keep my head up, and keep working through the races, and I hit a pretty nice exacta.
Down the center of the racetrack, it's Don't Fight It and Pablo Morales in front and going away.
As we get ready for mandatory race 5, let's take a look at our leaderboard to see how things are progressing.
Back at Gulfstream Park, we have another optional claimer for a very evenly matched field going a mile on turf. Your favorite is a lukewarm 4-1, and his name is Second Mate. Can he get the job done and finish first?
I'm going to go with the 10 this race.
Okay.
I'm looking for a off the pace score. So I'm looking at some pace early, and hopefully close into that. He ran a nice race last time, and I think he can build on that.
Now, are you playing your $200 straight to win?
I'm playing just to win this race. Okay. Yes, I'm just trying to keep capital so that when I get to the big dog, I can go all in.
I'm on the 9 here with Manny Franco.
Brucarita.
Yes. So.
All right. Well, I can't pronounce the name, but can you tell us why you like the horse?
He's coming off the pace. I'm hoping for a lot of pace in this race, and I think Manny Franco is probably one of the top 5 jockeys in the country. So.
Very confident rider.
Manny, yes, and he hasn't won anything yet today, but I'm counting on him here. So I've got him. I've actually got him boxed with the 1 horse and the 11.
They're in the gate, and they're off. From the inside, Tombalane gets the first call. Here comes Commute quickly up to challenge and take over the lead. Battle of Blenheim moves into the top flight in his joint second. Out wide on the course while working over his second mate, just to his inside goes Bondurant, and Pagliacci saves ground toward the rail. Then it's a length and a half to Black Sea. Nipawa's 3 wide. At the fence goes Space Mountain. He's third last. Second last is Ambassador Jim, and Brucaritas last of all as the field of 11 heads into the backstretch. 22-4 for a strong strong opening quarter speed. Advantage to Commute and jockey Nick Juarez on top by 2.5. Behind racing in second is Tombolayne, 3 better than Battle of Blenheim, third. Fourth at the inside is Bondurant, racing ahead of second Made, who's fifth in the yellow colors. Dropped better than 7 lengths off the lead and works 2 ahead of Nipoa. Then down inside goes Pagliacci, a gap of 2.5 to Black Sea, a length and a half in front of Space Mountain, third last, Ambassador Jim second last, and Brucarita is still last in a strung out group. Opening half mile clocked in 45-3. Commute takes no prisoners and still leads the way a length and a quarter. Tombolayne now starts to get after him second. Battle of Blenheim third. From the back, Pagliacci working between horses to try to go after the top 2 with a quarter of a mile left to go. Tombolayne on the outside of Commute. These two shoulder to shoulder with Tombolayne now taking the lead. Commute is back to second down the center. Second Made is charging hard. Then it's a late run from Space Mountain. In deep stretch, Tombolayne is close to home with a clear lead. And Tombolayne and Luca Panici to win by 2 in the end.
My first winner of the day.
This last race, I hit another nice exacta. It was a $25 exacta that paid about $1,500.
Justin Duke currently tops our leaderboard with $5,100, but in second place, our reigning champion, Jim Bennis, hot on his heels with over $4,800. Tell us how your day's played out.
Made $4,800. I don't know what to tell you.
You got to give us more than a shoulder shrug. Come on. $4,800 over.
It's not bad, but
No, not bad.
I blew things along the way, which is really bad.
Well, you still have the Florida Derby coming up, minimum $800 wager. I'm guessing you're not going to just play the minimum.
Probably not.
Okay, well, will you tell us how you are going to play?
Not a shot in hell.
Oh! Denied. We got shut down. But that's okay, because you've got to keep your cards on the table. Steve Simonovich is currently in 12th place on our leaderboard. How did you play the last race at Gulfstream Park?
Well, basically, I really like the 2 all day coming in. This horse has a lot of back class. Ran against the best turf horse in America in bricks and mortar 2 races back. Didn't disappoint too bad, ran 5th. Came off of a layoff, ran a 5 furlong race. And I figured from the 2-hole it would show a lot of speed, and it did. It scooted through, was laying second for most of the race, and then overtook the leader and held off a late charge. I bet $160 to win.
Nice.
And I did a $20 exacta box with the 3. The 3 didn't run, but it was my first winner of the day, and it gives me some more ammunition for the Florida Derby.
Heading into the home stretch of the Horseplayers Invitational, Straight Talking Mike Rusevic has moved into the mix. The colorful Eric Barland right there as well. The Catman and Eddie O, they have their head-and-head battle going, but a couple of players still making strong moves. Alexa Zepp hits for another exacta for over $1,500, and Frank Mustari another $2,000 cash as well. We're heading to the final mandatory race, the Florida Derby, and over half the field with $2,000 left to bet. We'll see who's going to make that final move and win the title in the Horseplayers Invitational.
Experience the award-winning craftsmanship and tradition of great pizza with Palermo's. Dine in, carry out, or delivery to enjoy both modern Italian specialties and old world favorites. For more information and to see the full menu, visit palermos95th.com.
At Xpressbet, we celebrate the champions who make horse racing great. That's why we provide more ways to bet from more places than ever. We've built an entire family of brands to support horse racing, to give players more of the rewards they deserve, give bettors the information they need to win, and provide a community for horse bettors. Because the best way to support the champions of horse racing is to champion horse racing. Xpressbet, we are racing.
Welcome back to Horseplayers Invitational presented by Xpressbet and Tito's Vodka at Hawthorne Racecourse.
Never really dreamed I'd be in the lead with 1 race to go in an event like this. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. So hoping for the best here.
Looking at the Florida Derby and looking at where you are in the contest, you're sitting with about $1,700, so you still have quite a bit to fire with here in the contest. Who are you focusing on the Florida Derby, and any ideas kind of on how aggressively you'll go after this race?
Oh, yeah, so I'm going to either leave with a lot or a little, or none. I'm going to bet the whole $1,793. You know, everyone, people probably know, listening to our show and stuff, I like favorites that, you know, I can build things around. So who's the favorite right now? Bourbon War? Yeah, I'm betting Bourbon War.
I'm hanging in there to cash. I have a chance, but I'm pushing it all in to try and win. So I'm a little north of 2,000, just slightly, $50 or whatever it is, $40 over. So I am going to push it all in. Here we go.
Anything can happen. I pondered going all in on Bourbon War, and if the price is right, maybe I'll do that. But at the same time, there's added prizes for the top 15, and last year even a little bit of money gave you something, so might hold some back just to buy some Tito's on the way home.
I'm betting the whole caboodle on Bourbon War because I think the horse is a tremendous horse. He's getting better and better. He ran second in the Fountain of Youth, and I think he's going to run huge. We just need a nice pace, you know, a solid pace like in the Fountain of Youth. It's at a 16th of a mile longer, and I think he'll be running like a locomotive down the lane.
Where are you currently on the leaderboard?
14th, I think, with 2,300.
Sniffing position. Now, we're going to the Florida Derby. How are you going to play the race?
You know, I got a lot of futures on this horse, and he's got to run today or he don't make the Derby.
And we were talking about
Hidden Scroll. I thought Rosalio gave him an awful ride last time. I was just hoping somebody else would be on him. They got Javi. I was hoping for Irad, but I'm going all in here. I got a free roll from yesterday, so I'm good.
Right now, I am playing against Hidden Scroll most likely because he's going to be a short price, and I'll probably have him in there, but I don't think I'm going to key off him, so I'll be playing some outside closing bombers to get me through to the end and hopefully up to the leaderboard.
a name I'm hearing a lot is Bourbon War. Is that the type of closer you're looking for?
I'm kind of, he'll be in there, but I'm kind of even a longer shot than that with the 8 horse, the Bodie horse, so I'll be keying around that
Bodie
one.
Express.
Yeah.
That horse actually ran with Hidden Scroll and then came back to run impressively.
Yeah, I mean, his last race was good. I think he'll like to go longer, like some of the other closers. So I think it's going to be a pretty hot pace up front, and I'm going to play the closers in that race.
All right. Well, that sounds good. And we look forward to seeing how this all plays out for you, Frank.
Great. Thank you.
I look at it this way. I'm going to bet the 2 closers, the 4 and the 9. Code of Honor, who'll be the favorite, right? And the 4 will be the second, Bourbon War. And the 2 that'll be on the lead, the 1 and the 7, I think, are going to be out there on the lead. So I'm going to bet it. I'm going to use the 4 and the 9 very strong over the 1 and 7. It tries, exactas, and everything on the bottom, and hope to have the right combination.
Are you going to be really aggressive and go all in the Florida Derby?
Yes.
Okay. So how are you playing it?
I am going to key around Hidden Scroll. I do not like Bourbon War at all, so I'm still trying to figure out exactly. I have a goal. I think it's going to take 8,000 to 10,000 to win, so I'm going to key off Hidden Scroll and try to get to that amount somehow. Going all in. It's not just going to be one bet. It's going to be a few exotics.
I think it's going to come down to the wire for me at this last race. I'm really trying to decide what my strategy should be. I originally said I wanted to risk the least amount necessary to win. And that might be all in, and it might be just the $800, you know? If I was at 12,000 right now, I would just risk probably the minimum, but I'm not sure yet. It's gonna come down to the very end.
I'm still working it out. I'll definitely be betting aggressively because I came here to win the contest.
Right.
I finished second last year, so I'd like to improve on that this year. So
And there's only one way to improve.
That's right. So I'm going to bet aggressively and key on a couple of horses that I think are the ones to beat.
Everybody's still in striking distance going into the Florida Derby. You've been in a similar situation before, talking about last year's Pegasus contest. You made a big move then. Is that kind of what it's going to require here? I don't know if it'll be that big that you'll need, though, huh?
Yeah, I was down 5 goals. I'll use a hockey term, of course. I was down 5 goals with less than 5 minutes left to go in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and we won in regulation somehow.
It's now that pivotal moment for these handicapping experts as the Horseplayers Invitational presented by Xpressbet and Tito's Vodka continues at Hawthorne Racecourse. Experience the award-winning craftsmanship and tradition of great pizza with Palermo's. Dine in, carry out, or delivery to enjoy both modern Italian specialties and old world favorites. For more information and to see the full menu, visit palermos95th.com.
At Xpressbet, we celebrate the champions who make horse racing great. That's why we provide more ways to bet from more places than ever. We've built an entire family of brands to support horse racing, to give players more of the rewards they deserve, give bettors the information they need to win, and provide a community for horse bettors. Because the best way to support the champions of horse racing is to champion horse racing. Xpressbet, we are racing.
Welcome back to Horseplayers Invitational, presented by Xpressbet and Tito's Vodka at Hawthorne Racecourse. As we get ready for the final mandatory race, here's a quick look at the field of horses.
And they're off in the Xpressbet.com Florida Derby. From the center, Maximum Security with an alert beginning, and he goes looking for a clear advantage. He's dropped over to the inside with Bodie Express on his outside. Wide to the first turn was Garter and Tie, and then Hidden Scroll. The favorite is settled down third. Up into fourth is Union's Destiny. Followed fifth at the rail by Everfast, and Hard Bell is between horses. Then it's the Fountain of Youth winner, Code of Honor. He's settled in about 6 lengths off the lead for Johnny V. Bourbon War has taken hold of the bit down toward the inside, while third last. Harvey Wallbanger is second last, and trailing the field is Current, but it looks to be a controlled early pace. The opening quarter indeed controlled, 24 seconds flat, as the undefeated Maximum Security has the lead. Bodie Express is there second. Javier Castellano and the favorite Hidden Scroll have settled third at the inside. Union's Destiny follows along in fourth, followed fifth by Garter and Tie. Then at the rail goes Everfast. Working between horses is Code of Honor. He's 3 wide with company from Hard Bell. Then it's a 2-length margin to Bourbon War. Current's out of last, and the trailer is Harvey Wallbanger, and there's less than half a mile to go in the Florida Derby. Maximum Security's been in front from the outset. He went 48-4 for a casual half mile. Bodie Express is there second. Castellano yet to move on Hidden Scroll, making a decision about where he wants to go. Code of Honor is scrubbed on. He's not gaining much ground. Union's Destiny has called it a day. Garter and Tie is wide. Widest of all is Bourbon War, but he's commencing a rally. Meanwhile, up front, they left Maximum Security alone, and Maximum Security cuts the corner and opens up. Maximum Security, less than a quarter of a mile to go, and he's 6 on top. Second is Bodie Express. He's running a huge race down at the inside in Code of Honor. Hidden Scroll at a 1-pace. Bourbon War on the outside, but Maximum Security proves he's the real deal with a gate-to-wire win in the Florida Derby. Bodie Express was second. Code of Honor finished third. Then Bourbon War and Current in 1:48.4.
Congratulations, Frank. You're making the $10,000 top prize look a little small with what you did with your bankroll, so tell everybody how you played the Florida Derby.
Well, like I said when I was up here earlier, I wasn't a big fan of Hidden Scroll. I didn't think he would like rating after watching his last race, so I was kind of against him. I did use him in the second spot a little bit in third spots, but I was keying around 4, 7, 8, 9, and so it worked out pretty good. I was 4, 7, 8, 9 with 1, 4, 7, 8, 9 with 1, 4, 7, 8, 9 in tries, and then I had some exactas live, and I had to try again live too besides the contest, so it was a real good day today.
That's a real good day today. Now you're watching the race. Bodie Express is 70-1, and this horse is chasing the pace the whole way around, but the pace isn't that fast. The horse keeps running on late. What point of the race did you really start getting excited?
Probably when Jim Bennis was standing behind me and he was yelling for Bodie Express to even go by, and I'm thinking just run second at that point, and I would have still had the same exact totals with him winning too. So that would have really made it a really crazy good day. But the way it happened, probably on the backside is when I really realized he potentially was going to run, because I think the pace was not as fast as some people might have thought it was going to be originally.
Yeah, really an interesting complexion of the race. Now, overall for the tournament, like you talked, you hit a couple of wagers early on to put you in that position, but just kind of talk about overall your day with the tournament, having your son here, having a great table of players around you as well.
Yeah, having all the group that I'm with Jim Bennis and Mike Mulvihill and my son, just a lot of fun, you know. And then on top of it, when you go home and you got a few tens of thousands in your pocket, it makes it even more exciting, obviously. So it was a great day, a lot of fun. And Hawthorne, as I always say, runs the best tournaments around. They never charge us an entry fee, give great prizes, and put on a great show like this. And you know, for us, for horse players, we couldn't be more thankful for how you guys take care of us here.
Well, when we talk about the prizes, we're going to bring in your big check here for the $10,000, your trophy as well. And Frank, here's the thing about it. You get your choice as well of the 2019 Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge or 2020 Pegasus Challenge. Have you thought at all about which one you want to take?
Yeah, it's easy for me. I'll take the Pegasus. You know, it's more money, so I'll go with the Pegasus for sure.
All right, so Frank's going to take the Pegasus. Matt Wally gets the Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge, but you know what? It's going to be a nice trophy for you here, Frank. A nice big check for you as well. $10,000 on top of $24,000 as well. So congratulations, everybody, to Frank Mastari, winner of our second annual Hawthorne Horseplayers Invitational.
Thank you, Jim.
Everything kind of went up to plan until the last race, but you know, that's horse racing.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield, and today, sadly, I was the bug.
He's a good handicapper, but I don't know how he came up with that, but hey, you know, throw darts at the board or whatever, but he got the job done.
Didn't work out.
Frank Mastari. There's too many Gulfstream races in the contest.
Well, that's it for the Hawthorne Horseplayers Invitational. And Ren, Frank Mastari, the big day, over $24,000. Just shy of $6,000 for Matt Ordzawali, just over $5,000 for Steve Simonovich, but turned out really to be just Frank Mastari day in the end.
Well, it was a fun day. I'm excited for Frank. He gets some tournament seats that are pretty exciting on top of those earnings. And look, I think everybody had a good time, win, lose, or draw. A lot of people talking about the camaraderie that they share with their fellow horse player. Got to give it a shout out to Alexa, she finished 6th, representing the ladies. Yeah. But great storylines, great time, awesome event.
Yeah, you know what? It was a bigger field this year, bigger prizes this year. Just wait until next year for the 3rd annual Hawthorne Horseplayers Invitational. We'll see how much bigger we can make it. But for Ren Carruthers, I'm Jim Miller. Thank you all for joining us here at Hawthorne.